potion. I'll make you fall in love. For a spell that can't be broken, one drop should be enough. Boy, you've been up to me. I got the recipe, and it's called black magic. Take a sip from a secret potion. One taste and you'll be mine.
So firstly, on my Duchess for my makeup, I have a lot of high-end items on this side. The other side is more just lip drugstore items. So firstly, starting off, I have all the Benny balms. So Posy, Lolly, Benny and Cha Cha. I then have one Benny tint and one mini Lolly tint. I then have two Revlon lipsticks, which one of them is in the shade Lover's Coral, and it is absolutely stunning. Like, yes. At the back behind Cha Cha and Benny, I have a Chi Chi lipstick and one of my colour whispers, which is in the shade Who Wore It Redder. I then have the Professional and Puffer from Benefit. That's all the makeup on this plate. By the way, I did this in my DIY. I'll link the video down below if you want to know how to do it. Above it, I have my makeup brushes. So like, most of them are Real Techniques, but I have a few e.l.f. ones, some sponges, and some Napoleon Putter set brushes. In this bunny jar, I just have most of my lip balms. I have the Zoella, some Nivea, some Colette lip balms, and some copies of EOS, which is just from a chemist. Just to the left of that plate of makeup, I have a acrylic holder. In here, I just have all lip products, and there are 9 of them. I have some Australis Velo lips, which are these guys at the back. These are just matte lip creams, and they honestly are pretty good. They've got a good colour range, and I think they're really pretty. I then have the rest of my Maybelline New York Colour Whispers. They don't actually sell half of the ones I have. I know they sell like 2 of the ones I have, but don't sell 2 of the other ones, which is actually strange. I think I just discontinued them. I don't know why, but yeah. I have 3 Revlon lipsticks, which are lip butters. This one's in Pink Lemonade, this one is in Pink Tart, which is very vibrant, and this one is in Juicy Papaya, or Papaya. So that's all the makeup that's on my Duchess on the top. I'm now going to move into the drawers.
All the girls on the block knocking at my door. Wanna know what it is, make the boys want more.
So this is where I store my makeup. I don't have the Alexa or Alex 9 drawers. That's just really crazy. I don't have that much makeup, but I do have quite a lot. So if you're wondering what this storage is, they are just Bella Box bottoms and lids. An example is this. This is the lid and this is the bottom. By the way, Bella Box is only available to Australia and Singapore. There's separate websites. So if you live in Singapore or you live in Australia, like me, you can purchase Bella Box and you get amazing samples of hair and skincare items mostly, but they do tend to include some makeup products as well. They at least include 1 every box, which is every month for $15. Makeup collection, Caitlin. Let's get on to the rest of it. So I'm going to start off with my foundation and concealer first, just because why not? So I have 2 Wake Me Up concealers from Rimmel London. I have previously had several others, but at the moment I have 2. I really do need to buy another one though, because this one is actually like running out. It's like scraping the edges. Wake Me Up concealers are my favourite concealers. They're like, they match my skin tone perfectly and they aren't too pink or too orange, which is perfect. I then have a L'Oreal Paris Nutri Lift Gold foundation, which I think is too yellow for me. I then have 2 Rimmel London BB creams. This one isn't matte and it's personally my favourite, as this one is a little too orange, but I'm trying to figure out ways on how to make them a little less unnoticeable for the orange. Just zooming up, I have an e.l.f. facial whip in the shade, I don't know, I think it's Pink Lemonade. I have a Bourjois Paris blush, a e.l.f. cream blush, the Maybelline New York Master Highlight highlighting blush. I then have 3 single e.l.f. blushes and an e.l.f. quad blush palette. So now I'm going to move on to the eyes, which is right here. So as you can see, there are 2 parts to my eye selection. One of them is mascaras and eye primer plus eyebrow items, which are there. And then the rest is eyeshadows and eye pencils I also have two palettes right here, which I'll show you first. These eyeshadow palettes are the Chi Chi Sunkissed and Naturals eyeshadow palette. Personally, I like Sunkissed better because I love orange eyeshadow. So firstly, starting off with here, I have a sample of the Revealed palette from Bella Box. I have two e.l.f. single eyeshadows, a matte eyeshadow from Chi Chi. I then have an Napoleon Purtis quad. My mum has the Chinese New Year one. I just love this one. Underneath there, I have a Chi Chi eyeshadow quad, which practically is the exact same as the Napoleon Purtis one I'm holding. I have two NYX Jumbo eye pencils. Right down here, I have an Eye of Aurus eyeliner pencil, which is in the shade Black, again from Bella Box. Here I have a Napoleon Purtis eye dust in the shade Sandstorm. Hang on, no, it's Ice Storm. I have a sleek eye dust in the shade Dirty. I have a Chi Chi eyeshadow palette here. And then I have an e.l.f. one, which is in the shade New York City. Two e.l.f. cream eyeliners and one matte eyeshadow from e.l.f. And then two Napoleon Purtis eyeshadow and blush items. This is in the shade 79, which is very pink and pretty, and the other one is in the shade 66, which I really like because it's really natural. For mascaras, I have a W7 one, the Lash Sensational, the Great Lash, the It's So Big mascara, which is from Bella Box but isn't by Bella Box. I actually don't know the brand. I have the Big Look Pearl mascara, a NYX mascara, an eyeshadow primer because it doesn't really fit there, a Models Prefer mascara, and a L'Oreal Paris Miss Mega mascara, which I don't really use. For eyebrows, I just keep it to the basic. I don't have many items, I have three. I firstly have the Benefit Gimme Brow, which I have used for numerous months, and now have only just recently moved to the Maybelline Brow Pencil, which is in the shade Soft Brown, and I really do prefer it because it's so easy to use and it's very easy to blend if you make a mistake. I then have the Essence Lash and Brow Gel, which just sets your eyebrows and lashes in place. So over here I have two cosmetic pouches. This one's from Bella Box and it's actually made by Bella Box. And this one's the Zoella one, which is super cute. In the very corner here I have just samples of the They're Real Remover, a Napoleon Purtis lip gloss, and some brushes from Items. Here I've got more boxes just in case my collection expands and has to go down to the next drawer. When that happens, which will probably be after Christmas, I will of course do a new video for you of my makeup collection. So at the bottom row I have this. I don't really know where to put it because it's a blush, eyeshadow and lipstick like set. So it's got lipstick, these three eyeshadows and that gigantic blush. I then have the Rimmel London like little booklet of eyebrow looks. I just picked this up today when I'm filming this video. So if I ever need a new eyebrow product, I'm gonna go firstly to Rimmel London. This is where I keep my primers, apart from my professional, and powders and bronzers and highlighters. I also have a contour stick by Cella, which I got in a Bella Box, which I don't use because it's so pigmented and I don't find it that easy to actually blend. I then have a sample of the nude powder, which I got from Bella Box again. I don't use it. I have two Stay Matte powders, one's in Sandstorm and the other one is in Transparent. I have the Maybelline New York Matte Maker, which I personally love. I then have the Master Sculpt, which I always use when doing my makeup because it just completes my makeup look. I then have a e.l.f. translucent powder, which is pink tones. I then have an e.l.f. golden bronzer, which I could nearly use as eyeshadow. I then have the Napoleon Purtis primer, which actually is my mum's, but I just wanted to show you the full size version of it instead of the mini one, which is actually the one I have. I then have one of the three baby skins from Maybelline New York. The other two aren't released to Australia yet. Probably the most exciting part of my makeup collection is the lips. As you saw, I have quite a few lip products on the top of my Duchess, so it's like very small here. Firstly, starting off with this box, I have, of course, the Candy Wow lip balms by Maybelline New York, which are the baby lips. I have all four of them. I don't know if they're going to be released to England. I know a lot of you are actually hoping for them, but I'm not too certain. I know they've been released to Australia and that's about it. Then I have some lip glosses. So I have a set one which I got for like $8 at Trade Secret instead of $22 at Target. I have a NYX lip gloss. I then have some liquid lipsticks from e.l.f. which I love. I have a lip tint that I got in Bella Box which is in red, so I don't really use that. I then have a NYX lip liner and two Napoleon Paris lip liners. These are such good quality. If you need a new lip liner that's like high end, definitely try these. I then have my two Tanya Bare lip glosses. I don't have the third one because it cracked more and it just got destroyed. Forgot this one. This is an Inoxa lip cream. So that little box is just lip glosses, lip tints, lip balms, and lip creams. So behind this little box, which has actually got foxes on it, and I love little fox prints, I have my 4 Maybelline New York lip pencils, 4 e.l.f. lipsticks, 1 L'Oreal Paris, 1 in JLo's Nude, and then 1 Face of Australia, and then 2 Kate Moss lipsticks. One's in a matte formula and this one's just in a normal formula. So that is it for my makeup collection. If you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye!